Introduction of Chronicles of Crime and Criminals No.1. Full and authentic account of the murder by Henry Wainwright of his mistress, Harriet Lane, and an extended account of the Whitechapel murders by the infamous Jack the Ripper. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Chronicles of Crime and Criminals No.1, published by Beaver Publishing Company, Toronto. Introduction. Crime is the transgression by individuals of laws made for the protection and good of the community. Every country, civilized and uncivilized, the whole world at large and in all ages has been cursed with crime from Cain, the first murderer, to the last case reported in the daily newspaper. For years, this country has been flooded with literature professing to be chronicles of crime, but in reality mere sensational products of the imagination. In plain words, the crimes have been manufactured for the occasion. In these volumes, however, the truth will be strictly adhered to, and every story given can be relied upon as strictly authentic, thus confirming the old maxim that truth is stranger than fiction. An extended list of the subjects to be dealt with in future volumes will be found on page 3 of cover. End of introduction. Chapter 1 of Chronicles of Crime and Criminals No.1 by Beaver Publishing Company. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. An account of the murder of Harriet Lane, and arrest, trial, and execution of Henry Wainwright. In the East End of London, in a busy and populous region, the subject of our sketch had done a large business as a brushmaker at No. 215 Whitechapel Road. Up to the time of his arrest, nothing was known against his character, and he was looked upon as an honest, upright, and industrious citizen. The deed, for which he was tried, and afterwards executed, was very deliberately planned and diabolically carried out, but the precautions taken to ensure concealment, although elaborate, were unsuccessful, partly through his own carelessness, partly through the ill luck that will often mar the best combinations. There was no sort of suspicion against Wainwright, although a woman with whom he was on intimate terms had been missing for about a year. Her disappearance had been explained without the slightest suspicion that a dastardly murder had been done. Just at this time, September 1895, Wainwright had taken new premises across the river at Southwark, he having met with reverses in business and bankruptcy, and it was when he sought the assistance of a fellow workman, once in his own employ, to help him in a small job at his old premises, that the fact of foul play was first brought to light. This man, Stokes by name, accompanied Wainwright to 215 Whitechapel Road, and entered the workshop on the ground floor. The job for Stokes was to help carry out a couple of heavy parcels that lay on the floor, wrapped up in black American cloth and covered with strong rope. "Pick 'em up, will you?" said Wainwright. "Only just wait while I see if the land is clear. There's that magging old Johnson in the court. I don't want to see him." Stokes tied the parcels, but protested they were too heavy. Wainwright lent him a hand, and the pair carried them into the street, as far as the church in the Whitechapel Road. "Stop, you hold on here while I hail a cab," said Wainwright, and left Stokes alone with the parcels. Long afterwards, just before Wainwright's execution, Stokes wrote him a curious letter, detailing his sensations while waiting by the church. Something within him, he declared, some mysterious voice, some hidden but imperious impulse urged him to examine the parcels. He was not satisfied about them. Wainwright had said they contained hair bristles for brush-making, had cautioned him not to drop them lest they should break. How could bristles break? They gave off a strong smell, a peculiar offensive odor. Wainwright had said this was done due to their having been so long under the straw, but bristles could never smell this way. Again, another suspicious circumstance occurred to him. Before leaving the workshop in Whitechapel Road, Wainwright had given him a spade, a hammer and chopper, and told him to sell them for what they would fetch. There was suspicious stuff on the chopper,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?